Hi. Hello, how are you today?
Excellent.
So, what's the deal with airline food? It's all dry and gross. Yeah. Okay. How many computers? Anybody? Yeah. You can see you there. So, I'm sure everyone has this member of their family. For me, I'm Jewish, so for me it's my nana, it's my grandma. She always, likes to call, take a really long time on the phone, ask me a lot of things like, she always says, "How are your classes? Are you doing good in school? You like your teachers? Are you reading any interesting books?" I once read the most interesting book. It was about mechanics. It was about how they work on cars. And, did you see the tennis tournament? It was Wimbledon. It was wonderful. Excuse me, I'm getting a call on the other line. And you hear a pause. And then, hello? I'm sorry, I can't talk to you. Oh, it's you. And you got these people, I'm sure there's one in every family. Some people, it's their parents, grandparents, because they'll tell you the same stories over and over again. And they don't remember that they told me before that your aunt was born in Japan. Really? And it was so warm that she didn't know what to do. And it was, just great. A lot of crazy things that just don't make sense. How this person can be responsible for your entire family line, but still not remember that you're in college now, not in high school. So, a lot of crazy old ladies. Speaking of which, some of the professors here, can I say that? It's really interesting. So you go in, and a lot of people forget that you're actually paying to be here. You're paying money, to be here. This is not where public school where they pay money to get you to go, and if you don't, they send a cop to your house, and that happens. But so you go in, and you're here when you make a mistake, you're late. You get in there, and the class has already started. You're 5, 10 minutes late, 15 maybe, who knows? You get in, open the door. She's talking about something, and she stops, and she turns around, and she says, "I'm so happy you could join us. Why don't you go take a seat over there?" And you're paying for her paychecks. You are her bread and butter. She is paid, her lifestyle is dependent on you and your money. So, she's basically, it's the dog biting the hand that feeds it, in more senses of the word than one. And so, so what do you do though? What do you do in that situation? You apologize. That's what you do. You're not even thinking, because you're brought back to 3rd grade, where you beat your parents, and you're embarrassed. And you say, "I'm sorry for being 5 minutes late. I'm so happy you stopped class." And you slink to the back, and you find out there's a text that you should have been paying more attention to, and it came up, and it's a Scantron. And of course, this has always got to be where you had to fill in the circles completely, or else you wouldn't read your answer. You had to make sure, fill it in correctly, number 2 pencil. But if you make a mark on the wrong one, it'll get picked up as the wrong answer. Just one little mark, and that D turns into a B. And B is wrong, because the answer is actually D. And you will be screwed forever. And you won't graduate anywhere ever again. So one little mark. So you make this one little mark. Oh my God. Gotta erase this. And you didn't have a pencil, which also is a whole other thing of grief. You're paying how much money for this class? And they can't give you a pencil, because pencils, don't even talk about it. Pencil shortage. So you got one of those ones with the hard eraser. You You try to erase this one little mark because you don't want to fail forever and be a failure and end up being a garbage man because you won't be able to pass this class because of this one little mark in this test that will make you fail everything forever and be an outcast of society, forced to live on the streets. So you try to erase it with this hard eraser, and of course it just makes it worse. You know, it's blurring everywhere. This one little mark is turning into, you know, it's on your face, it's on your desk, it's all over you. People are looking at you, laughing. You don't want to say anything because you're already on, you know, thin ice. You got late. I mean, you're late to class and you forgot your pencil. You don't want to cause any more trouble. You get kicked out. So, you know, it's just, a lot of things that just don't make sense. Like how there's a turn signal on a car on the road. It's actually to make it street legal, which is actually a term I hear. Apparently that's actually terminology. I'm educating you. Street legal. A car cannot be street legal unless it has turn signals. So what's funny is that a lot of people don't know that their car has turn signals. What I mean is that, you know, that's why I asked if there were any commuters, because they had to deal with this a lot. I was a commuter beginning of the semester, and something I noticed is that while many people know how to drive, not many people know how to use their turn signals. And I'll explain what I mean. You'll have this person, they'll be in this one lane, and you won't see a turn signal. But you'll see this little jerk, they're looking behind them and they don't know what they're doing, so they jerk around. And you can tell, it's like sensing the future. This person's going to change their lane. And they don't turn signal, but they'll just start to drift over, and they're going over the line, and oh goodness, look at that, and then they're over there, and so things like that. You know, if you ever try to go through the toll, you know, every lane now is easy pass, but not every lane has cash. It didn't used to be that way. It used to be the other way around. And for some reason, I can't get used to it. You know, so you're pulling up, you're half asleep. You went to class at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Of course, nobody ever does that. They're always wide awake, right? You never go and drive when you're half asleep, I'm sure. Nobody here. And so you look up and it says easy pass only. No! And you're done. You're done. You can't pull away. And it's just, you know, so that's $25. And it's just, throw the money to somebody else. Nothing you can do there. So, I have one thing that I will leave you with, and that is this extremely offensive joke. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah!
Okay. It has to do with worms and apples. I said it was offensive, not nice. Nice is not offensive. Right. So what's worse, in your opinion? What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Think before you answer. Finding 2 worms in your apple. What's worse than finding 2 worms in your apple? Finding 3 worms in your apple. What's worse than finding 3 worms in your apple? The Holocaust.